Hello everyone, Lawrence Fleming here. I'm just walking about. This is a Saturday and it should be busy, but it's not. People can't take off every day like I can. The water is down quite a bit. It's down at least a foot, which is a lot of water. I can stand on dry ground where the lake used to be. I don't know if I can turn that way. Got a boat coming. Come up here and sit. I talk about the end of the world all the time. It's not discouraging, but it is to alert you. If you have not made your decision yet for Christ, you're running out of time fast. They're still moving in the right direction for them. We've got more banks closing. We got banks announcing that they're getting rid of their teller machines. What's the primary use of a teller machine? To get cash. I got a boat coming in here in a little bit, so I'm probably going to wrap this up for now. I'll come back to this later tonight, see if I can get the sunset in. I'll talk to you later. Okay, I'm back. And we still got boats out here on the lake. I might see if I can catch this one. Let me get him behind me. People out here having fun. I get to talk to people occasionally out here. I try to on most when they come in, but you just can't come up to the camp and say, "Have we talked about Jesus today?" But most of them don't want to talk. It's like we're told over and over again. They're going about their business. The days before Noah boarded the ship. They look around, it's peaceful. How could the world be about ready to end? Have you watched the news lately? Oh, I don't watch the news. It's too depressing. Well, it is. But it means that there's no way that they're going to get information about what's going on. You don't have to watch the mainstream media. I'm waiting until they give out an Oscar for Best Newscaster Lie. Well, they got the boat and they're pulling an inflatable. I'm going to shut this down and try to switch. Okay, I'm back. Commotion's over. I'll throw all that video at the end that I get to enjoy out here. I have to ask God for strength daily. I have to ask Him for joy daily. There's too many people that just oblivious. And these are the people that are going to die and ask, why, God? I said, because you were too busy going about your life, your sinful life, and you didn't take time out for me. I can't turn away from the sun because then you can't see me. He's come here for every one of these people. And it's just like we find at the very end. Two people will be working, one will be gone, the other still working. Everybody has a chance. But it's our job to try to help save them. It's not our job to save them, our job to help. The Spirit does all the work. All we have to do is be willing to talk to people, carry the message. Oh, it's going to go behind some clouds. That feels so good. Last I looked, it was 97. For us down here, that's hot. It may not be too hot for wherever you're at, but we got to add the, let's see if I can get this to work. We have to add in the humidity. I know it's not a dry heat. We're doing this. I'm getting it organized here. There we go. So I just wanted to have just a little chat. I'm not pulling out the scriptures. I just want to talk about what we're doing. What are you doing? The wind's coming up a little bit. I got to watch that. I'm doing these daily videos, but is this what I'm supposed to be doing? It would appear so because I'm still doing it. God's really good about moving you in and out of jobs He wants you to do. Bible people that we read about, they traveled from place to place, long distances. It might take them days. They'd have to have some place to stay along the way. They'd stay with the house for a little while, bless them, move on. We sit down and read a book in an afternoon or an evening or morning. And we think it's just, goes right on through. But it didn't. They had daily problems to deal with. They had to make sure they had enough food and water to travel these great distances. Look at a map and look how far it is from Jerusalem to any of the churches in the book of Revelation. See where Patmos is, where John spent his last days. I don't know how long he was there. Long enough to write the book of Revelation. I don't know how fast he writes. They lived out a daily life, just like we do. Paul was a tent maker. I don't know if he used that to get money or not. Why is the light changing? I'm always dealing with this. This is why when I'm on set and they're constantly dealing with putting screens up to block the sun, and then the sun goes behind the clouds, and then they got to bring lights in to make up for it. I've joined a new channel just on one of my social media sites to look at how they make green screen events. It's used in pretty much every movie nowadays. If something's too dangerous or too expensive to put together, they can green screen it. I've been in front of green screens many times. The biggest green screen, I think, I was in Spider-Man Homecoming. That's where their school goes up to Washington, D.C. And Spider-Man shows up a little late, but he gets there, and he goes to the Washington Monument. If you remember the scene, I'm out there in that crowd. I'm the park ranger. I have a Smokey the Bear hat on. And I'm trying to, I filmed, I told you this before, I filmed this for 8 days, and they cut me out of it to do it all CGI. The actors have to be concerned. That may be why they're striking. They're trying to get some requirements down as far as what the studios can do. These people with money are going to go for the cheaper route. They're already paying unions a lot and the actors a lot. But so many people are going about their business, doing their day-to-day work, oblivious to what's going on. I'm sure there were families back then that go, yeah, has he made any progress on that stupid boat? It looks the same today as it did yesterday. I can't see where he's doing anything. Oh, well, he's going inside now. He must be working in there. I don't know what he's building. He's building apartments or something. They had no idea. And where was this boat? Where did it start? Was it a flood or a deluge or both? It didn't just rain for 40 days and nights. There was a flood to go along with it. That's why this boat had to be sturdy. It didn't just sit there and the rain came up and then put it back down. There had to be some rocking and rolling on that boat. How'd the animals survive? If the door's closed, what do you do with the waste? They didn't open the door for a while. I don't think a case of Febreze or hangers for your car would work. Pine scent. There's a lot of detail that we are missing in that. The point of the matter is God saved mankind. And he's going to do it again. He's not coming with a boat, though. That would be cool, though, to have a boat and then take off. But we wouldn't all fit. We've got more Christians than they did on the boat. They didn't have true Christians, but more godly people that are going up in the rapture. So we're going up to a cloud, and I have to imagine it's got to be a bunch of clouds. Clouds around the world. Unless he's got his little spaceship up there like in the sci-fi movies where it comes out of the cloud. I don't know. It's going to be like that, though. We're not going to have time to evaluate it. It's coming soon. Don't be worried about it. Don't even look at the news and go, oh my God, another thing that's predicted is happening. That's pretty much a daily event now. Every day, if you watch the news, they will tell you about things that are not political. They'll do that to fill up their hour. But when it comes to political, they can cover it in one lie. Just one lie a day is all they have to do. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't watch the man behind the curtain. I hear somebody shooting off in the distance. This is country. Quiet. It's Georgia. It's probably, I guess you could call this middle to south Georgia. We're not all the way down south, down near Florida. We're real close to Alabama, where we're at here. And it's hot. It feels like temperature has been over 100 all week. Air conditioning's running. I found a neat little trick. My electrical cord that I plug in for my air conditioner was getting warm. Not melting warm, but just warm to the touch, and I didn't like that. So I have a little USB fan. I plugged it in and pointed it at the connection. And it's up off the tent floor. It's on solid so it won't burn anything, even if it did go crazy. But it's not. I mean, I know what I'm doing with this. It's safe. But it was just more hot than I wanted it. I could pick it up and hold it, but I didn't want to hold it, so I put it back down. Put my fan on it. I can pick it up. It's cold. Cool. I do have to get, and I keep saying this, I have to get a 30 amp cable. Now I've got a 20 amp cable and I'm probably pulling 6 or 7 amps, I don't know. I want to get a bigger cable though so that it won't heat up at all. Because occasionally I make a cup of coffee and forget that I've got the air conditioning on, because you get used to it. And it will trip the breaker. They've got 2 different circuits, but somehow it's bleeding through, so it trips the breaker. So I have to go and restart it. But it doesn't kill everything. It just kills the kitchen and the air conditioner. It's on the same. We only have 2 15 amp breakers here, so I can't go crazy. And I've got it set up, and my son's got his set up. So we just have to watch it. If you ever do have to run a heater or an air conditioner and it draws a lot of power, don't worry about the aesthetics. Oh, I don't like the look of that power cord running across the carpet. Well, don't bury it, because then there's no place for the heat to go. And it will gradually build up, and it might cause a fire. It's been known to happen. Leave it out and exposed so it can radiate any heat that comes in there, and then it'll stay room temperature. If you cover it, even if you throw a throw blanket over it, if you cover it, it will look better for a little while, and the house fire will look spectacular. Electrical wires have ratings, and you just try to plug things into them properly. But if you are pulling a lot of current, they typically run, like for your stove that might be electric, or for your washer dryer, they put a bigger plug on it so it can handle more power. Just being safe. When you're out here, be safe. The people that normally are here and have people visiting them. But the rest of the sites are empty. Nobody's coming out. It is hot. You know, one of those sticky clothes hot. This is not a t-shirt. This is a very thin material. It's one of my Iron Man series. Imagine Robert Downey wearing one of these. He never wears the Iron Man suit. Almost never. He may wear pieces of it, but if he's fully in the suit, it's not him. It's double. And it doesn't have to be a look-alike double, just someone to fit in the suit. In the first series, the first movie, when he's coming out with a big steel contraption that he built, and he punches through the door, that was Jon Favreau in the suit, punching the door. It's hard to tell when the visor's down. Hollywood uses tricks and illusion to make you feel like you're seeing something that's not there. Satan can do the same thing. So be careful. If it's a dream, Satan can create a dream too. He may not be able to indwell you, but he can put the pieces in by let you seeing things throughout the day, giving your mind things to, he knows how your mind works. And everyone's slightly different because we're adaptive learning. We learn by our synopsis, so everybody's brain is going to grow differently because we're going to have different life experiences. Some people have faster thinking than others. Everybody that has a gift from God. You have a gift. I hope you're using it. You need to be. The saddest thing that people are going to think about after all this is over, and we're supposed to be very joyous, so I'm saying this loosely. I don't really know how it's going to work. But the saddest thing will be, I had a gift and I didn't use it because I was afraid to. You don't have to do it. If God gives you a gift, He will do it through you. You just have to make yourself available. I like watching some of these videos where they interview people, how people got started. You look at celebrities and think that, they've always had a blessed life, that was something that they could just step into and never had to work. No, that's not true. All of them had to work. But one particular singer said that they were going to a gig. He's played for the Eagles, and I forget his name. Anyhow, a lead singer and guitar player. They're all that way. But they were going to a gig. There were 5 of them, and they were driving to Detroit or someplace. And on the way, 2 of the band members quit. I guess that was a small car. So the 3 that were left get up there, and they go, "We had to appear on stage because we didn't have the bus money to get us back." I guess they took a bus or gas money, whatever it was. Whatever it was, they couldn't go home unless they got paid. So the one guy goes, "Well, I know 3 or 4 songs, and I know the first line or the first stanza of every one of these songs, but I don't know any more than that. So if you can help me get through the first line, we can ad lib. We'll just play instrumentals through the middle part, and then sing the first stanza again." And he did, and they were a hit. Make the best of your situation. God is right there with you through every step of it. And He'll make sure, if He needs you to bring something to mind, He'll bring it to mind. It's easy to do. Oh, they're up there pulling. What's he pulling a cooler out for? He's got a trailer. If my refrigerator ever dies, I have to go get ice, but I don't have to for the time being. In this heat, I'm concerned about it, so I pray for my equipment that it won't fail. My car that I have to drive 4 hours a week in, going to and from work, or to and from where he's getting paid to donate plasma. They've started processing his claims for Social Security for disability, so pray for that it'll go okay. If he can get that, then he doesn't have much to worry about. I watched him. I brought weights out. I use weights all the time just to keep my tone up, and I got him to use my weights, and they're only 15-pound weights. But I watched him. He did 10, and towards the end, this one was fine, and this one, the one that's his bad hand, he just could barely get it up, and needs some work on it. He really needs to do more. I'm working on it. It takes time. But if he has his disability and it's enough to live on, then he can just get a part-time job and not worry about it. So I'm trying to figure out. It's hard on him because he doesn't have the calling to do what I'm doing. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to look at another option. I'm going to have to look at an option of, I don't know, an RV so I can keep traveling, or a home in the woods someplace, a home where I can go out and film in the yard, where I can still include this beauty which I've come to enjoy and like. Or someplace that I could just, put everything there, call everything home, and go camping for 3 or 4 days at a time, and then come home again. I do my video a day, so I'd have to find a way. I'd have to do a video before I left. It depends on where I'm at. If I've got clear view of the sky, I've got satellite I can use. But if I don't, I got to find an antenna, and we played those games before. I have to have backup plans. Backup plans for backup plans. You don't know what you're going to run into. All right. This has just been a chat. I just felt like talking, telling you about how my day is going. I wish I could have more people to talk to here about the Lord. Most people don't want to talk. Or they put you off with, oh yeah, I'm a Christian. Yeah, I go to church. We went to church 6 months ago. Whatever their story is, it's not. It's not what it should be. But even those trying to live a good life, it's not what it could be. We just do our best, which is what you need to do. I encourage everybody watching to do their best for the Lord. And if it comes short in your book, don't worry about it. God loves us anyway. If you've got a problem and it's not being fixed, God wants you to have it. Be grateful, because He thinks it helps you. Paul and his thorn makes you a better person sometimes. Well, we got some lovely clouds for the Lord to appear in. He's missed the 9th of Av, so I don't know when the next high point would be. We're told to wait 5 more days. It's not going to happen on a Jewish holiday. It's not tied to a Jewish holiday. We're in the Gentile age. But He is coming for us. Till we meet in the clouds. God bless. Let's go over here and look at the waves coming in on the shore. It reminds me of the ocean. That's also how far down the water is, because the grass stops at the edge where the water normally is. Okay, got sidetracked. Let me switch back. I'm out here watching the lake. It's quiet. To me, it's quiet. You can hear the leaves blow. There's birds in the background. There's a storm kind of blowing over, but it's mostly the heat that's caused these clouds. Nice dark cloud up there, but I'm not going to hold my breath on rain. Bird out there on that little island with a tree. I can just sit out here all day. Pretty soon we'll be leaving this behind. That's all right. We got a better place to go. Blessings.